Welcome to today's Explainer. We're breaking down a highly practical, incredibly important topic today, navigating food assistance in Minnesota. If you've been feeling the pinch at the grocery store lately and wondering if there's a safety net out there for you, you are absolutely in the right place. We're diving straight into a clear, step-by-step guide to securing the support you need.
Are you struggling to meet your food needs? Discover how to easily apply for essential SNAP benefits online in Minnesota, transforming your life with just a few clicks. I really want to validate that right up front, Food insecurity carries a heavy emotional weight. But the great news here is that the solution is way more accessible than most people realize. You don't have to navigate this alone, and you definitely don't need to be some sort of bureaucratic expert to get help.
Okay, let's look at our roadmap for today. We're going to cover 1. SNAP basics and eligibility, 2. Preparing your required documents, 3. Applying online step-by-step, 4. Avoiding common application pitfalls, 5. The post-application process, and 6. Using benefits and resources. All right, let's dive in.
Section 1. SNAP Basics and Eligibility. Understanding the foundation of food assistance in Minnesota.
So what actually is SNAP? Well, it stands for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. You might remember it as food stamps. It's managed by the Minnesota Department of Human Services, right alongside your local counties and tribal nations. The whole point of this program is to help low-income residents buy healthy groceries and really stretch their budgets further. And listen, this is a huge point. Applying for and using SNAP benefits does not take away from anyone else. No way. In fact, federal funding for SNAP literally increases for the state when more eligible Minnesotans enroll. You are simply claiming a benefit that is specifically there to support you. And this brilliantly illustrates how Minnesota is actually quite generous compared to standard federal rules. They raise the gross income limit to 200% of the federal poverty level. To put that into perspective, for a single-person household, your maximum gross monthly income can be up to $2,609. For a family of 4, it's $5,359, and then you just add $917 for each extra person. This expanded eligibility is a real game changer because it means a lot of working families who just assume they make way too much money actually qualify for support.
Now, you might be wondering about your savings, so there are a few special rules we should talk about. For general applicants who fall under that 200% poverty level we just mentioned, Minnesota doesn't have an asset limit. Yep, you heard that right. Your savings accounts or your cars do not disqualify you. So don't worry if you finally manage to scrape together a little emergency fund. However, if you're a senior, meaning 60 or older, or you have a disability, and your income is just a bit over that 200% limit, you're not automatically disqualified. You can just bypass that state income test entirely and use standard federal rules instead. Under those federal rules, there's no gross income limit, but there is a $4,500 asset limit. This flexibility ensures our older adults and disabled neighbors have every possible opportunity to get assistance.
Section 2. Preparing your required documents. A checklist to gather before you start. All right, here is your checklist. Having this stuff ready makes the whole online application completely frictionless. You'll need identification, like a state ID or driver's license. You'll also need social security numbers, but only for the household members who are actually applying for benefits. Grab your proof of income, too. Think pay stubs, Social Security award letters, or child support records. You're also going to want to track down your housing costs, like rent, mortgage, and utilities. And here is a massive insider tip. If you are a senior or have a disability, definitely gather your medical bills. Reporting monthly medical expenses over $35 can potentially increase your monthly SNAP benefit amount. How great is that? Section 3. Applying online step-by-step. Navigating the MN Benefits portal. Let's move to the actual application and see how this builds because the MN Benefits portal is so wonderfully streamlined. Step 1. Just go to mnbenefits.mn.gov on your phone or computer. It's totally mobile-friendly, and you don't even need to create a username or password to start. Step 2. Simply pick your county from the drop-down menu. Step 3. You'll spend maybe 20 minutes filling out the online form with questions about your household and income. And Step 4. This is absolutely the best part. You do not need a scanner. You can literally just use your smartphone to snap photos of those documents we just talked about and upload them directly to the portal. Super easy. Section 4. Avoiding common application pitfalls. Don't let simple mistakes block your benefits. Okay, we really need to shatter a huge myth right now. The myth is, I work full-time, so I definitely don't qualify for SNAP. Honestly, we hear this all the time. People think making minimum wage at 40 hours a week automatically disqualifies them. But remember that 200% poverty guideline we just looked at? Because Minnesota raised that limit, so many working households easily qualify, especially once allowable deductions for things like rent, utilities, and childcare are applied to their income. So the takeaway here, never self-disqualify. Just let the system do the math for you.
So, the crucial point is avoiding these tangible, common errors. First off, if you're in a rush, please don't submit a completely blank application. If you absolutely have to, at least provide your name, address, and signature, because that establishes your application date. Second, after you apply, do not ignore unknown phone numbers. The county is going to call you for a required interview, and missing that call just delays the whole shebang. Third, do not forget to report your deductible expenses like childcare, housing, and medical. They really help maximize your benefits. And finally, remember, SNAP is state-specific, so if you move out of Minnesota, you've got to reapply in your new state.
Section 5. The post-application process. What happens after you click Submit?
Okay, you hit Submit. Now what? Here is the standard timeline. Day 1, your application goes in online. Now, if your household has very low income and you're in an emergency situation, you might qualify for expedited SNAP. This means your application gets fast-tracked and benefits are issued within 1 to 7 days. For everyone else, between days 2 and 29, you'll complete a brief interview with a county worker, which is usually just done over the phone, and by day 30, at the absolute latest, you will receive a final decision letter in the mail outlining your eligibility and benefit amount. But wait, what if you get that letter, you're denied, and you genuinely think the county made a mistake? Well, you have rights. You have exactly 90 days from the date of the written decision to request an appeal and a fair hearing. Basically, a judge will review your case. So never be afraid to ask for a review if you believe your income and expenses were miscalculated by the financial worker.
Section 6. Using benefits and resources. How to maximize your food support.
Now, what's really interesting about this next part is how dignified and convenient the modern system has become. Once approved, you'll receive an electronic benefits transfer, or EBT card, right in the mail. And you know what? It works exactly like a standard prepaid debit card. You just swipe it at the grocery store checkout with a PIN. No stigma, no hassle whatsoever. It's accepted at most local grocery and convenience stores. Amazingly, you can even use it for online delivery through retailers like Amazon and Walmart. Oh, and it is heavily welcomed at many local Minnesota farmers markets too.
Let's talk numbers, because taking 20 minutes to fill out that MN benefits application is a phenomenal investment of your time. Just to give you a real-world idea of the value, in 2026, the average monthly SNAP benefit for a single older adult is $188. Think about that. That's $188 freed up every single month to put towards your heating bill, your prescriptions, or simply just living with a bit more financial peace of mind. That is huge. And remember, you do not have to figure this all out in isolation. Need a quick check before applying? Visit snapscreener.com/screener/Minnesota. If you want to talk to an actual human being, you can call the statewide SNAP hotlines. There's 1-651-431-0450 for the metro area or 1-800-657-3698 for Greater Minnesota. You can also always reach out to your local county or tribal human service office or use a great state resource like MN Food Helper for personalized application assistance. To wrap up our explainer today, I need to read you this really important reminder. Policies and procedures can change, and you should always check the latest information from official Minnesota state resources or consult with a qualified professional for personalized advice. But seriously, don't let the bureaucracy intimidate you. This system is completely designed to help you. The online portal is incredibly user-friendly, and that EBT card can truly transform your monthly budget. Take that first step, check your eligibility, and claim the support you deserve. Before you go, ask yourself, what could an extra $100 a month mean for your family's peace of mind? Take the 20 minutes to find out.